Greetings, this is Rena Mentra coming to you with another D&D reaction. Today we return to episode 19 of Critical Role Campaign 3, Saga of the of Bell's Hells. This will be part 2, and part 1 was released earlier today. If that chat doesn't fill up soon, I'm just gonna go full screen.
Hey Critters, Laura Bailey investigation. Guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop. It's the little things in life. Roll an investigation if you want. It's basically perfect.
I mean, the traveler always says impulse purchases are a good decision.
Darling, I'd recommend buying 2. One for you and another for you. Let's be honest. Can you put donuts in this? Only one way to find out. And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
Okay, well.
Free time today, so I thought I'd make a little unboxing video for y'all, unpacking everything you get with a Twitch subscription to Critical Role. Twitch is the only place that you can actually get this. You know, it's a little strange to hold because it's an amorphous concept, but honestly, you can't deny this craftsmanship. It's really well. Ranch? Twitch that's deep from this.
So, having all headed into the observatory, taking a moment to gather around the telescope, Orem catches something odd and unique to his eye and draws in Imogen. Glancing in, you see a sight that
looks like
triggers a familiarity within you.
That'll be perfect.
And it kills Travis.
Going to find the warders.
We're choking on a chip.
Yeah, I think this is
That's literally what I did.
Need some,
Should we?
You okay?
You're right there, buddy?
Choked in my spit!
Yeah.
This is why we rehearse so much, because it gets this
I'm
level
glad we're back from break right when we are.
D&D Beyond.
Does it? I mean, it looks like what I see.
It's reminiscent in some ways, yeah.
Okay.
Different, but reminiscent.
This campaign we will get.
So am I dreaming about the moon? Am I dreaming about?
Or whatever, or the moon, perhaps.
I don't understand.
Whoever the moon was
Are you
returning to Earth, to Alexandria.
It's quite beautiful, isn't it?
I back away from the telescope. As far as I can get, actually.
And it was just fading out of sight, right? Like that was the last.
Like he's starting to shift out.
I go over to Imogen. Are you all right?
I see it so often. I didn't believe it actually existed. You know what I mean? Like, to see it when I'm awake is, I don't know what it means.
Well, you said in your dream you're always at your farm, at the ranch.
Yeah.
But the sky.
And then the storm comes in. And why does my mother tell me to run from it? Why did I see Bertrand in it? Why did I see the twins?
As Donnie mentioned earlier, that it has beliefs that it can grant powers of prophecy.
What if it is open in some kind of rift into another plane? What if these people aren't actually passing on? What if they're just somewhere else? Why is my mother telling me to run from it?
Perhaps she's in it.
She's in the storm?
I don't know. She just knows that it's to be avoided.
What if she's trapped?
What if she doesn't want you to suffer her fate? I'm just spitballing here, by the way. I don't know.
Do you know anything about the studies that they did on people?
It's also the bald moon. It's like, yeah, follows the short depth stars.
The studies.
The essay, the essay that
The professor that... Why am I not sorry. The professor that,
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah, that she was talking about earlier.
Are we referring to, Khadija Samal, you mentioned earlier?
Yes.
Her work was after my time. If this is the same study that you mentioned, something that the Loomis twins mentioned that there was continued research in that direction, but we never got around to discussing it specifically. The day that they passed, they mentioned that they had found something important. They wanted to talk to me about it, and that was when they were taken from us.
Did they have... I know we were kind of talking about this before, but did they have their bags on them when you started the walk?
They did.
Okay, so it was taken.
And it's...
Speaking above the table, we struck out on finding notes from the Loomis twins at their estate. Just seems to be no records of their notes, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Cleaned out.
Did you happen to, speak with anyone about the Loomis twins and... ever?
Not beyond... Not really, no. I had no reason to. No one really talks to me beyond them, and the few contacts that I do keep from my older days in academia, it is sort of keep in contact with them individually. I have no specific reason to. I was hoping one day, if they were interested in publishing something, I would be able to vouch for them and introduce them to some individuals, but I believe they had already kind of begun to make a few journeys to Eos themselves. And, to be perfectly honest, I felt my utility to them getting a bit unnecessary until they came to me wanting to discuss this Omen archive that they were seeking.
So they made several trips already, or at least a few.
They'd been there once before, at least, yes.
Imogen, you said you never knew your mother. Did you ever... I mean, obviously you met her at least once, but when you were very young, were you with her, or you don't know? You just don't know.
I don't know.
Because, dreams oftentimes are, manifestations of things that you're stressed about or worried about in the future or hopeful for, but they can also be, repressed memories or things that you had been told as a very young child that you didn't understand and sort of tucked away somewhere in there. And I don't know, maybe this is something that was shared with you, shown to you, an experience that you had as a very young child that you didn't even remember having, and it's sort of bubbling back up. Not that it actually happened, but maybe it represents something that happened.
That's a great theory. I don't know how I would find out. I mean, short of going back and forcing my father to tell me. I mean, you know, he just avoided the subject so much. And I don't think I ever realized how important it was until I was with you.
And if you asked him and you told him how important it was to you now, you don't think he would help?
I could try sending him a message. I don't think he wants to see me. I don't think he wants to see me.
Well, who wouldn't want to see you?
Somebody that doesn't like having their thoughts read.
Well, maybe we could go talk to that professor.
I would love that. I mean, I do think, not just for my sake, I think the city of Eos might be a place to...
Yeah, that's the next stop.
Potentially. I mean, it's such a far destination, it seems.
Yes, but whatever this is, it was overseas as well.
That's true.
It's not local to here. I don't understand it, but we're nudging at something big that we can't see yet. Except you, maybe in glimpses.
What was the professor's name again?
Professor Neos?
Neos?
No, in the city of Eos,
Yeah.
it's Professor Khadija Sumal.
The Aiden Ian Cemetery. Did I write that down right?
Adinlin.
Adinlin.
Yeah.
Adinlin.
Yes, Adinlin. That is what I wrote, and I just read it wrong.
That's okay.
You know, Miss Stoney was also saying there's a lot of beliefs around people who are rude as born and their importance to history. I always said you're quite capable.
We don't even know that that's true for me.
I can't deny the similarities, though.
Yeah.
Maybe you're gonna change the world.
I think she already has.
It certainly changed ours.
Y'all are wonderful.
Well, thank you for letting us look through your scope. If you want, I can give you some of. I carry some grease with me. If you want, I can put it on some of those squeakier gears to make them a little less creaky.
Oh, that would be delightful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Go squirt a couple splooges on each. I think that's how you measure grease.
That's
a couple
Yeah,
splooges.
splooge of grease.
Oh, 4 splooges is more than enough, thank you.
A unit of splooge.
And it's amazing that, that Device can see so far, and it's so lucky that, Ruidus is facing us, too,
How do you mean?
Well, it's just a flat disc, right? And it just happens to be facing right at us.
Poor adult creation. In time, maybe you'll learn Well,
This guy. Do you think my hand and my head are on the same plane right now? Or right next to each other? No, I can see in 3 dimensions. Okay. I have parallax.
It's just a dead perception issue this whole time.
That moon is definitely round.
Yeah, it's a circle, all right. Yeah.
Well, it's.
You can see it.
I was imagining.
I think your programming is.
Perhaps that's something Milo could
That's
update.
Oh, God, that'd be
We'll
wonderful.
put it on a list.
All right.
Long list.
Have I ever noticed, I mean, I don't think I would have ever thought about it, but a correlation between where
It turns out it is
Ruidus
flat.
is in the
It's something like
sky in conjunction with my dreams? Does that...
Do you keep a journal?
Nope.
Oh.
Make a history check for me.
Make a moon check. Oh, guidance.
Oh, it doesn't
Well,
work
I mean,
out. You
Can
don't
I
even know
guide
what I'm
her
gonna
to
do.
think silently?
Yeah, especially if I haven't like spoken it. I wonder.
Clunk-a-lunk. Nice.
19.
19. Very good. I mean, you don't have a photo memory of every single time you've had one of these bad dreams, but they definitely seem to... They seem to come more often at certain times of the year and then diminish. In almost a 6-month cycle. Which definitely seems to correlate with the 6-month orbit. And it is ascending.
Oh no.
So they're gonna get stronger?
At least more frequent.
Honestly, we should keep a dream journal. I can't believe we haven't thought about that.
Start doing
I'm a
that.
little
There were a few
surprised.
notes that I made last time, but detailed dream journal.
Yeah.
I'll help you. It'll be great.
Thanks.
Estani, can I ask, would it be possible to reposition this to look at Katha?
Oh, yes, of course. I could use somebody's help here.
Yep, all right. This is what I'm good for. Come on.
All right.
And it is a heavy amount of cranking as the entire device has to shift around. It gets stuck almost at certain points, and you can see.
The spooge is,
Eventually getting it right. Goes, inspects it, makes a few adjustments. Slight rotation back as it overshot until resting.
How do you move
There you
this
are.
thing when you're around? Okay. Yep.
Very slowly, and sometimes with the neighbors' help.
All right.
You come.
I'm gonna look.
And now, as previously, like, Ruidus maybe took up, a quarter of the space you have to look at. Katha is encompassing...
Fills it.
It fills it entirely, to the point where you're catching just a little bit of a sliver of starscape behind it. So you have to look at. Katha is encompassing...
Fills it.
It fills it entirely, to the point where you're catching just a little bit of a sliver of starscape behind it. But it's a very clear, beautiful view of the crater-pocked, white, silver, warm, welcoming evening moon that has guided so many people at sea or land for as long as there's been life on Exandria.
I think Orm just looks for 20 or 30 seconds. Quietly. Thank you.
Of course. Believe me, I understand.
He looks Pearson do it again once more, and he looks through. He goes,
Even as I come to the end of my life, I do believe it's been well spent. Just thinking about it all. Anyway.
Kind of gently clap him on the shoulder. He says that, and then I float over to the group.
Thank you for keeping this old man some company for the past couple of days. It's been a day. It's only been a day. I'm starting to lose it myself a little.
Just out of curiosity. How, like, near death does he look? How? Is this guy
Us and old people. Here we go.
Say boo, see what happens.
We honestly, I'm asking because we gotta be careful, you know, us around old people.
No, I mean he's definitely like geriatric. You know, you're not terribly familiar with the kind of health and lifespan of Unia, but he doesn't look like he's on death's door by any means. But he's certainly up in his years.
Let's decompose on him.
Oh my god!
Oh no, you missed a hit, Jenny.
No effect so far.
I was off rhythm, off cadence. I had to catch up.
You had to do 2 and 1?
I had the wrong week.
Can I ask what the fine print says under grading?
I don't know what it says.
All right.
Anyway, what is your business now?
Oh, what is our business now?
I think
We gotta go sleep.
I'm
We
still
gotta
punched
sleep?
out
Yeah,
on top of
heist.
the inn.
Oh, that's right. We gotta go catch up with
I
Chitney.
didn't come back to that. I didn't go to that telescope. I know the moon well enough.
That's right.
So I've managed it because it's a one-story dwelling.
Mm-hmm.
So I've managed to climb a way up and just keep like a low sniper's profile over the roof and just keep track of anybody coming and going, hoping that old silver dragonborn.
Okay, roll perception check.
Yeah, his little beanie.
Little boof. When I go real stealthy, I turn it inside out.
Oh, nice. Dark blue.
Perception check?
Yes.
13.
13, okay. Well, they're out for a little bit, probably no more than an hour or so, given the time that they're going to visit. Nobody catches your attention. There's not a lot of travelers in and out of the inn necessarily. You do see one figure that leaves, and at first glance, you're like, oh shit. But it looks to be somebody you don't recognize who's just heading off into the night. But no sign of the Silver Dragonborn or any of their companions.
Fair enough.
Until eventually you see the rest of your compatriots begin to return.
Balls!
As we were leaving the Astani estate, can I just pull him aside and just ask him, do you happen to have any extra of these ocular magnifying lenses lying around? I just thought maybe in the future I could like make something to give me some...
Oh, that's...
We can purchase them, maybe, or...
No, I understand. I did not build this. I am not a... I helped design it long ago, but I am... This was constructed for me when I retired.
All right.
So I don't have any extra materials.
That's fine. I can find a looking glass somewhere and bust it apart or something. Okay, thank you. Bye.
No worries.
Absolute pleasure.
Oh my god! I almost forgot. And I hand him a almost dozen limes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you've just been holding them in a...
I just had him in a satchel. I just, I don't know, we got so distracted by the moon.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much.
Yes.
This is the secret to keeping my fit form. Yes.
Well, you didn't think he was doing it for the taste, was he?
It's the longevity that catches up to you. Thank you so much. Well, have a good night. Stay safe.
And he wanders off happily with his lime satchel.
His lime board.
Do with all those limes.
I guess we can just get to the heist. Is there anything else we gotta do? I want a heist. I want a heist.
We can sleep and
know.
skip time and...
This is not
Oh, wait.
F.C.G.
We
talking.
should give Laudna.
We should give
present.
Laudna.
Just before we go to sleep.
Although, yeah, it's probably gonna hang with like, yeah, it's a thing for everybody, but definitely it's
Right.
because we're gonna use it. I think it could come in handy
All right.
tomorrow. But yeah, we should show her.
You got me a present.
I'm gonna
Oh my goodness!
pull out from my
Pageantry.
I don't know, my bag that I have definitely on my person.
We all have bags.
Yeah.
Pageantry.
And as I start to pull it out, I use my
Anticipation.
my telekinesis to move its little head up to look at her.
Oh.
And I have it
Walk across the room. Over to you.
Oh my god, she's beautiful!
She doesn't even have a name yet, Laudna.
She has no name.
dream.
Talking to me.
I've seen you in my dreams.
Probably.
She shall be called Sashimi.
Sashimi.
Yes.
Pate has a girlfriend.
I was working on that.
Oh. Pate.
Pate could get around.
What do you think?
You can have more than one chick.
He's writing me.
Polypuppetry.
I was here, Polyraterus.
Polypuppetous.
Polymuppetous.
There you go.
Come up with something for the happy couple.
I make Sashimi give Laudna a hug and look up at her.
Oh, she's so dear.
That's amazing.
Pate's just kind of tilts his head, and he looks back at me, and he looks back at Sashimi.
And I look at him. I'll save this for later. Thank you.
What else
It's incredible.
Should we show them
No, Pate is going to be
a couple things that are more or less surprises, but we could
So what are you
show
up
them
to?
a fun thing.
Yeah.
I come down off the roof. If we're all going to bed, I'm just gonna go back over to that tree where Orm scuttled up and take out my mallet and chisel, and I'll start taking off pieces of the side of the tree and stowing them away, and then I'll make my way back into the inn.
Okay.
Some pieces of bark, some other
They hear Big Willie without going.
candidates. I have an idea. I had to switch. You went and bought the thing that I was making for Laudna.
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. Bought it with your own hands, didn't you?
Well, it wasn't made by an MC.
How do you know?
She didn't claim she was an MC. She did say she knew an MC. What was his name?
Sucker.
Oltger?
Oat dicker or some such.
Something like that.
Yeah.
She said he screwed her over.
Fuck that guy.
Maybe all MCs are bitter old men. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
It's late.
You all right, Jenny?
I need to go to bed.
They-
I
we've
will
also got
probably.
this box.
I will
Don't you want to see the
probably. I will
box?
You got a box?
pay
You got a box. Look at
Marissa
that box.
What does it do?
to go.
I don't know. You gotta
To
turn
have
the
a
wheel.
lot of
Find
go
out.
up to Titty one night when they're about to go to bed and say,
Is it a music
"Listen,
box?
Titty,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know how
check
long
this
we're
out.
going to pretend
Does
this
it
is
have
going to
metal in
happen." Yo, just bring it back.
It's basically gonna poison my skin just from touching.
Whoa.
I'd like if it didn't open at all. You just did that.
Yeah, well,
It's very effective.
take it any way you like.
Oh no! Healing word!
Should just let this play out. I wanted to see how well it worked, but fine.
That was close, Laudna. Fern, I don't know how much longer we have.
Oh no.
Perhaps we should.
What's that?
Never mind. Go to bed.
I don't think we should test your heart anymore.
No.
You know?
It's called conditioning.
It's just a lot of cardio.
We gotta focus. We got a heist to do. Oh God.
Oh, wait, don't hit the camera.
My glasses went in the trash.
Next to the ring pond.
I think while everyone is yelling at each other, Orm is clocking Laudna walking away with this little lady hanging from little ropes, and he's just thinking of the story she told him the other night.
You just see Pate's little dead right hand just grab onto Sashimi's ass.
Instant heat. I'll make something for the two of them.
I'm gonna regret this purchase.
I'm not.
You're not the one sleeping next to it.
Nope.
This head is great.
Yeah, no, really, that was the
Where do you-
big selling point.
We can use that tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Kind of looks like one of my uncles.
You have an uncle that looks like
That looks like a.
A little bit. In the eyes or something. I don't know.
the cold dead eyes.
Yeah,
There's
cold
a lot
dead
of
eyes.
cold dead eyes going around.
All right,
Okay.
we go to sleep.
Time to
Yeah.
get
Okay.
Drink.
Y'all go to bed?
Yes.
This time? Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh,
tie a
God.
little bit. We're gonna grab a little bit of that fishing
No
line.
way, we don't go to bed. What the fuck? What are you talking about? We gotta be on our guard.
That's why we're gonna tie. We're gonna tie a little fishing line.
Okay. Just making sure we don't.
Before I go to sleep, I look out the window and look up at the moon.
Okay. Which one?
The red one.
Which window?
I'm just trying to clock where it is in the sky, so I.
Takes a second to look through. The tree canopy is kind of over in the direction of where it is, but you can see it peeking through that kind of dull, glowing red sphere in the sky.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna take shit. I'm gonna take first shift.
Shit.
I'm gonna take shit.
First shift.
Who wants to hold my hand?
Fine.
We have 4 rooms. Do we want to knock it down into 2? Just.
Might not be a bad idea.
Probably.
To be safe.
Sure. All right. I'll stay up in one.
Okay.
I'll stay up in the other one.
I'm gonna go to sleep,
Okay. Everyone else going to
holding
sleep?
on to the
If the doors,
the purple stuff.
Okay.
if the doors open in, on the outside, we'll pull a little Caleb and tie some actual fishing line.
We have the fishing line. We can,
on the outside, so that if they open it and try and sneak in, they'll catch it.
Yeah.
Good look. No, okay.
We got it.
Okay. So go ahead and situate some sort of audible tripwire device. Okay. All right. You go ahead and go for the first watch. Both of you guys roll perception.
Nice. 16.
16, okay. At one point you kind of listen out because you hear some footsteps kind of creaking down the hallway, but they don't seem to slow and don't seem to pay mind and just move on past to whatever chamber lies beyond before you hear a door close towards the end of that particular hall. You feel confident at least there wasn't somebody paying some extra interest to what you were staying in. Eventually, your shift ends. Just take a next shift.
Up.
Up.
All right.
Good night.
I can do the other room, whatever.
Okay. So both of you roll perception checks if you don't mind.
It's 21.
Okay.
24.
Nice. Both of you feeling pretty solid in your watch as you just kind of hear the gentle sounds of your compatriots sleeping, maybe slightly snoring. This late in the evening, doesn't seem to be much motion. It's quiet, it's calm. You find your minds wandering a bit at times.
I'm gonna stand over Imogen.
Okay.
Just watch her.
It's fucking creepy. Does she notice my hand in the pouch with the rock?
With that perception roll, yes.
I've got my hand in the pouch that holds the purple stone.
I'm silently watching this.
Put my finger under her nose, make sure she's breathing.
Probably.
I just kind of look at the stone in her pocket. Huh. That's all.
Okay. Imogen.
No!
It got red.
No, it's only pink. It's fuchsia. It's fine. Oh, no.
Nah.
The image fresh in your mind as you drift off to sleep. That final bit of odd, cold connection with that distant entity in the night sky. You go to sleep trying so hard to think of anything but, focusing on memories, friends, even just nothing. And you feel like you almost succeed. Until suddenly you find yourself once more in that familiar field. You feel your stomach sink. Your horse runs off. The wind picks up. And you almost don't want to turn and look as you hear the crackling of lightning and thunder. What do you do?
What do you want? I take a step forward.
Towards the house?
No.
towards the storm. The wind is now blasting your face. Around you, you hear the sounds. The wind is battering you. Your eyes, you're having to squint to keep it from blinding you, but you look forward, you take a step into the storm, and as you do, it gets stronger, colder. What do you do?
Mother. Ron. Why? Where are you?
Run, Imogen. Run.
I don't want to run anymore.
What does it feel like?
Stronger, scarier. And standing where you are, the storm begins to overtake the entirety of the sky above you. You glance back now to the farmhouse, and you see it now falls under shadow. What semblance of a blue sky that usually was what drew you to safety is starting to fade. What do you do?
Did you run? Did you run?
There's no response. Just the ever loud, deafening sound of the storm.
I feel like I'm gonna die. I don't know what to do anymore. I walk forward.
Further into the storm. You take another step. And another. Your eyes sting from the wind. All around you is just this landscape of endless black and red. The light begins to darken. You feel alone. And then you're not. Before you, you see a shape, a shadow, standing there. A woman, strong, defiant. You see not a face in this outline, just a figure standing there. And you watch as other outlines step out from behind it. 2, 4, 8.
Do they feel scary? Do they feel...
They just stand there. And one at the front. You can't even see it, but you sense a smile. Not comforting. Intent. Focused. Malice.
Can I hear its thoughts?
You try and concentrate. It's not quite a mind you're grasping for. You realize as you reach out that there's nobody there. This is just a vision. With a loud crack, the storm consumes you, cold, and traps your body. Darkness takes your sight, your mind, and you wake up.
Did you have a dream? Are you okay?
I'm not dead.
Wake up, Laudna. She had a dream.
You're not alone either.
I removed my hand from her pocket.
Oh my god!
No, I was just checking. I was making sure you were okay.
You asshole!
Did you get anything?
You asshole!
Grab some water. Bring it over.
I win.
Into the storm.
You went in this time. How was it? What happened?
It was terrible and cold, and there were people there, and I don't even know who they were. I couldn't tell who they were, and they were looking at me, and
Did it feel warm? Did it feel inviting?
no, it didn't feel inviting. It felt malevolent.
I grab a journal and I immediately start the dream journal. And start writing everything down.
What does it mean that I went into it? What does it mean?
That you're strong?
That didn't feel like my mother in front of me, right? It didn't feel like my mother standing in front of me.
There's an odd calm and comfort to the sound of your mother's voice in the dream that you've had over and over, time and time again. This presence was unfamiliar.
Did you hear your mother?
I did. Until I didn't.
Until you didn't.
I heard her until I was in the storm.
And you couldn't see any discerning features or faces on these figures?
No, it was too far, too dreamy.
When you dream, it's lucid.
I'm in control of what I'm doing, yes. I am not in control of the environment, no.
Did you feel like whoever was standing there saw you too?
Oh, they were looking at me. All of them were.
Do you know how many there were?
You recall, and it was 2, or was 1, and 3, and 5, and 10. It was like stepping out from each other. More similar.
Not like the same person, but did it feel like one person with many presences?
Kind of. It's hard to pinpoint. It all seemed like at least a uniformed cadence, a uniform presence.
What if you're dreaming of those? The shadow people, the assassins.
What if she's dreaming of these people who are moon-touched?
We gotta get more information.
I also think it's smart to, be on our guard. Take watch even if we're in a hotel room.
Yeah.
These people seem to come out from anywhere, and I would murder everyone around us if anything happened to you.
I could help you.
Murder is fine. That sounds fun.
Well, The interesting thing is, it seemed as if you did have a little bit of control.
I've only ever run before.
I think next time it happens, I think you need to explore.
Yeah. How do you feel physically? Like I was eaten whole.
I just don't want any of this inflicting upon you in your physical form.
I think I'm all right. I just don't want to sleep. That's all.
I'm gonna check her markings.
Good idea.
Okay. You can make a medicine check or an investigation check, your choice.
Okay.
Can you pass me a cleaner?
Natural 20.
Ooh. Natural 20.
It's now.
Come on. Interesting. It's extremely faint. But those markings on her skin appear to have just ever so slightly grown.
Ooh.
Ever so slightly, a quarter of an inch. If.
Well, this all seems normal. Yeah. I'm just kidding. They've grown a little bit. I'm sorry. I just was trying to keep you calm, and then I don't. I'm not good at that.
What do you mean they've grown?
Oh, they just sit there a little bit longer. I remember last time they were by this mole. Not that I'm staring at you intently. And now they just grew a little bit more.
Oh my God, you're right. In fact, would Laudna remember if, like, slowly over the past 2.5 years of being with Imogen, if they feel like they've slowly creeped up over time? Or is it just unique to this one?
I'll ask you, Imogen. What do you think? Incrementally. Slow enough to the point where unless you looked for it intently, it would be too gradual to make note of it. At least in the time that you've known her.
Rings on a tree.
Yeah. But as long as you've had it, you definitely know it's been a very slow, continued spread.
I mean, I think it looks so cool. You know, it's like such a pretty bird.
Maybe by the time I'm Estani's age, I'll be covered in them.
Make you look very wise.
I think so.
Yeah.
Do you? I don't know how to say this, but do you? Are you enjoying this path? Like, should we? I don't know. Do you want to?
I love certain elements of it, I do. I think more than anything, I want to know why, where it came from. I want to be able to control it a little bit better. What if it is malevolent? What if it's coming from a very bad place? It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it when I use anything. It doesn't feel wrong.
Does it hurt?
No. Feels sharp.
I have one question for you. These dreams, how long have you been running from it?
since they started, which was about a decade now.
10 years.
Yeah. They've been getting stronger, you know. I mean, like, it started out just being a storm in the distance, and then it would get closer and closer, and...
Well, Orm looks out the window, up at the moons. Maybe running isn't the answer.
Yeah. It felt like for so long that there wasn't a choice, you know? It was just a given that it happened and I would run, and then I would wake up. It happened and I would get to safety, and then I would wake up. You know?
Sometimes we have to learn the same lesson over and over again before we understand we need to change our track.
Yeah.
I hate that you're alone in there.
I know. I didn't have the stone in my hand this time, did I?
You didn't check to look?
Have you ever gone to the house in your dream? Or?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's usually where I would run for safety.
We'll figure this out. You're alone in there, but you're not alone out here. Often find a little bit of understanding helps in easing the fear.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is a good thing or not, that I did something different, but I certainly would have never had the courage to do it if I wasn't with y'all. So thank you.
Well, I've written everything down that we've been talking about. We're going to keep a nice record going forward. I'll put a little date next to this. And then, I can probably backtrack a little bit and fill in information.
Great.
Before about the previous dreams.
Great. Maybe each time you can try to do something a little different.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a choose your own adventure.
Yeah, maybe.
And I will say this, it doesn't seem like there's anything we can do for you in there. He reaches up high and taps her on the head. But if anyone shows up here, have you seen these people?
We'll gut him.
Lick salt.
I'm not there.
Just kidding.
Though.
I'm gonna take a little ribbon.
Yes.
And let's use some of your yarn.
All right.
I'm gonna tie these around your
Are we
wrist.
making friendship bracelets? Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
So when you're in your dream, you can look down and know that you're gonna be out of it soon and you'll be back with us.
That's brilliant.
Okay, does that work?
I love that so much. Thank you.
And twist the yarn a little around the red ribbon. Make a little.
Also, it hides the little meatball. I'll show you the clip later.
What time is it?
Well, it's
At
got
this
a
point-
couple hours left, right?
Yeah, it's like, we'll say, maybe like 3 in the morning.
Fuck.
Third shift.
You should get some rest. I know it's hard, but it's probably time for my watch anyway. Watches every night.
Oh, God, that's so much.
No, it's not.
Everyone here loves the fuck out of you and will
Yes.
fucking murder a motherfucker.
And we would be doing it anyway. We would be doing watches just 'cause, so don't be stressed.
All right, sweet
Okay,
dreams.
good night.
Orm's gonna turn 3 little circles and then curl up in a little pill bug ball in the crook of Fern's knee.
Perfect.
Awesome.
I will just lay there and do third watch with you because I can't go back to sleep.
Okay.
I just try to ease Imogen's mind with a little, like burlesque routine. And there's no words.
You know, I'm just emoting through a little Muppet dance. This new tryst between sashimi and pate.
Wonderful. Okay. Final watch is who?
Us two. Oh, I thought.
All right, let's go ahead and roll perception checks for me, please.
20 total. Nope. Is that an 18? That's an 18.
I'm
22.
useless right now.
That's okay. Makes sense. You're a little shaken up. Okay. Keep proper watch. Pretty comfortable. Seamless evening. Eventually, the sun begins to come up. The morning greets you. The next day is here. Ensure to prepare whatever spells you might need for a heist. Whatever you think might be viable.
Speaking of, remember
The
how
next
I said
episode will be the heist.
100% I could cure you of your blue skin? For sure I can, but I would rather not today. Because we gotta do. No, I couldn't do it last night. Maybe tomorrow? Is that okay?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty fun, actually.
One more day with the blueberry?
I feel like she'll blend it into the surroundings more. Maybe advantage on stealth.
I think it's gonna bring us luck.
Do you think someone Dorian has a nosebleed right now and he doesn't know why?
Oh, we gotta tell him.
Yeah.
All right. So, as the morning becomes day, is there anything you wished to do in advance? Or do we move ahead to later in the day and then midnight for this event?
Yeah, let's move ahead.
Let's move ahead.
Do
I
it.
prep all my
Think we're ready.
spells.
Good job.
Less time.
Oh, shit. I should prep my spells. Prep.
We hand out all the stuff that we bought
Mm-hmm.
and, lightly assess that we are prepped with a jack-in-the-box and some jacks and some ball bearings and
Okay, about a couple yards of fishing line.
Let's give
and
everybody
they
some
have
fishing line.
smoke bombs
Some ball bearings.
and potions of gaseous form.
They do.
They do.
Yeah. Who's the stealthiest here?
Isn't it?
Is it
Chet?
Chet?
Chet is stealthy.
I'm a +5.
Wait, not Howland.
+5.
I think the music box should go to you.
What is it? Oh, it just scares people?
Yeah. You can place it,
We're
you
about
can
to
set
Home
it, you
Alone
can roll it, and then it'll just be there
They're
ready
about
to
to
go.
Home Alone
once
us.
Yeah,
it's
let's be
away.
real.
Is it activated by movement?
No, when you let it go, right? You just hit the switch.
You wind it up and then release it.
Do you want to use it or do you want somebody else to use it, Chet?
It's good because you can place it and then back away, which is what I was thinking, is if we need it, it's one of those things where if you want to draw someone to it or if someone's coming to you, you can leave it and bugger
Give it
out.
to somebody else. I don't think I would use that correctly. You have to hit the switch and then it starts its thing, right? So you have to be close to it.
Yeah.
You have to, you
I could,
start-
you know what?
Does anyone have
I could
bait
do
shed?
it with telekinesis, so I could do it from a distance.
Ooh,
Yeah, so I'll keep it.
Yep.
that's fun.
Better.
That's sexy. I'm into it.
I'm not bringing any attack things.
I'm keeping the Tanglefoot bag.
I guess I'll prepare some healing things because I have to, right?
And any, it's good to have a couple.
Yeah,
especially
I've
long
got
range.
a few.
Anything good to make us more stealthy.
I can.
I have a ever-smoking bottle of smoke.
Oh, that's good.
Just a reminder.
Anything windy so that we can push fog away. Anything that will cause gusts of wind. Shit like that.
Not
I think
me.
Boron has a few of those.
What did
A
you
little
ask
bit.
about?
It's not super strong.
Well, since there's going to be foggy things and smoky things, maybe being able to gust wind could be a.
Yep. F.C.G, you have 2 of those potions, right? Healing?
I have one healing potion.
Oh, I thought. Oh, we didn't buy those 2.
We did not.
Okay.
But you can have it.
But I can reach those.
How
They're
much-
right there.
These are actually gone.
How much were they?
We never asked.
2 coppers.
We had no money. You can have mine.
No,
I can do it with magic.
why don't I
If you'd
take
like
it?
to, if you'd like to go buy them during the day before the event, you're welcome to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can always-
Theoretically, how much would they have
We
been?
have money.
If you want to go ask, it'd be
I'm broke. I am
50 and 150.
Dead broke.
50 and 100. Oh, we should definitely
So
get
200
that.
gold for both.
Yeah.
Get 'em.
Yeah.
Okay.
Split it up between the party.
I'll throw.
I have 0 cash.
Oh my goodness. I'll take one. So
I got 50 gold. I can throw with that.
I'm just setting it on the table.
I'm never going to use it for myself.
Boom. I'll
With a
take.
nail.
Yeah, so I'll put 50 in for that. If someone else has got 150.
I got 100.
I got
I'll put
1
in.
platinum and 7 silver.
I got the whole
I'll put in.
150.
Whoa, really?
You're so rich all the time.
Damn.
He's already
He
a jewel
stole
thief.
all the loot and then never gave it away.
Be good with your money,
He
kids.
had so many things of platinum that he never passed out.
You've got to invest.
Well, good.
Alrighty.
Let him buy healing potions.
But it's fine because he's fine.
Exactly.
The sun, the sun sets. The night comes. You gather your things, distribute your materials, and then about an hour till midnight happens. You gather your supplies and begin to trek out to the Twilight Mirror Museum.
I'm gonna pass. I have a hooded lantern that I'm gonna give to you just in case we all get separated. The hooded lantern, you can
Aim
aim
and
the
shadow
light.
it so it's
exactly.
Oh, I have Pass Without a Trace.
Amazing.
Do we have to...
I've also got 1 round of Pass Without a Trace.
You do? Okay.
Whoa.
Just one.
Great. You have Pass Without a Trace and Guidance. And what else do you have in there?
It's druids, man.
What do you need?
Let's go. Let's go, RJ.
Would you like to know?
All right.
I mean, I would like to know.
Stepping along the night street, you approach the familiar exterior gated perimeter of the Twilight Mirror Museum. The front gates are open, and there you see standing in the front walkway of the courtyard leading to the front of the estate. You see the 2 guards, and there, dressed to the nines, Mr. Ivan Hytroga, and what looks to be another grouping of individuals to his left.
Nope. And we reckon.
Yeah, wouldn't
As
that be
you-
funny?
Who are these fucking people?
We're just being...
We're just petty jerks.
Funnily enough, no, it's totally them. You step in and see the familiar faces, and as you do, they look back at you all and kind of give like a,
Hey.
knowing nod. And of all of them, Hutchin, the one you were speaking with, kind of gives like a cock nod and a bit of a smile. Ivan raises his hands. Ha! Welcome! It seems everybody has arrived, which means the events are at hand. He raises his hands, and these like sparkles start spraying magically out of his sleeves. They go about 3 feet.
Oh,
It's
dear
really
Lord.
not all that impressive, but it definitely lights up the vicinity. Just kind of smiles around before ending them immediately. So, we have and would like to welcome Hexam's proxies.
Oh, Bell's Hells.
Bell's Hells.
We're falling for ourselves.
Yes, we are.
We are.
The guards clap, the other team claps.
Bell's Hells.
And as the proxy for Sabanis over here we have, and you watch as Hutchin steps forward and goes, we are the, kind of looks back at the rest of the group. Let's call ourselves...
They
I
have
have it
trouble
wrrit-
coming up with a name too.
Yeah, no. I had it in my notes here and totally fucking lost
Respect.
my place. Hold on.
Ain't easy, is it?
Focus group.
There it is. I had it in the wrong sheet. That's my problem. We are the verdict.
Oh, that's cool. Damn it, that's
Pretty
great.
cool. It's pretty cool.
Sounds like
Got
a
some
band name. I
clap.
like
It's
it.
pretty cool.
Whatever.
Whatever, they're still...
Fuck them.
Very well.
Bet it took him like 7 weeks to think of that.
So, both teams may enter the abode however they say fit, but be respectful of the other wares and decor, and any damage to my museum that I find unnecessary will lead to immediate forfeiture.
What constitutes as unnecessary damage?
Only one way to find out.
No.
You
Are
are
you
to
sure you are?
find and acquire within my vault a simple lapis earring of the mythic djinn Harudan. The djinn who built and subsequently dissolved his modest kingdom of Taj Najmeh, at the behest of a clever beggar who entrapped his logic in an agreement that undid his nation during this age of Arcanum. This earring is known as Wind Folly.
Wind Folly?
It is sealed somewhere within the estate behind me. Sparkling magic sprays out once more behind him to accentuate the line. Do not worry. None of my defenses are fatal, I believe.
Is this guy
You have until sunrise
the traveler?
to bring this item to my hands. If no one manages to procure the item in question by then, the wager ends in my favor. So, any questions?
What does it look like, this lapis earring? I mean, can you show it to us? How will we know when we find it?
You'll know. All of my objects are identified, tagged, and given cute little bits of information about them. It is a museum.
Sure. But like, is it a dangly one or a pearl?
It's a hoop with it's gold with lapis gem in it. You'll know when you see
gold hoop, lapis gem. Got it.
So not hidden on display.
All of these things are on display.
But this is in the vault.
But what?
Didn't you say it was in the vault?
It is an area called the vault. The museum. We'll figure it out.
All right.
Figure it out.
Should be a gallery. I'm just saying.
Shh. Any other questions? They can be about me.
I'm personally enjoying your mysterious nature.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Will we expect traps down there?
Oh, maybe.
And I'm excited. These traps, are they designed by you yourself?
They are designed by individuals I paid quite a sum to build.
Okay.
Are we all going in
The front door together.
together? Yeah, or is there like different starting areas? Because it's just, it's just so awkward. Yes, when you're like, oh, hello, are we going this way? Oh, are you going the same way?
We all go the same way, like.
And everyone's walking.
Yeah, you say bye to the
See you later. The same carriage, and then there's very.
No, this is all very good points, actually. How about you stand over there on that side of the road, and then you go stand over on that side of the road, so you're not next to each other, because that's weird, as you said. And then when I clap, you go, and it's up to you to find your way.
And we all just run towards the same location.
Well, it depends if you're all going in the same way. I mean, there's many ways in. Look, it's an estate.
We're allowed to break things to get in?
We should have scouted.
If it's required.
Yeah.
Where is the ring? Or the earring?
Somewhere within.
Oh,
yeah.
No, I was going to say, the rules of the game are we have to acquire this object
Look, first look at
and
it.
make it out.
Make it out and bring it to me here before sunrise.
Do all of us have to make it out alive?
No, just one of you.
Just one of us. All right.
And if there are accidents and people who aren't in our group get hurt,
Oh, yeah, are we allowed to engage with the opponent?
just,
Oh, that is entirely up to you. I mean, look at them. You glance at the other group and they're just sitting there kind of like sharpening their weapons.
Okay.
Oh dear lord, they're ready for a brawl.
Yeah.
I'll try and keep it clean.
Hutchin goes, oh, we're going to keep it clean.
Cut.
If you even find us.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Can I ask you to remind us of like the layout of the building that we are looking at here? Like we're at the front of. Like how big is it again? Was it 3 stories?
From what you recall, it is a 3-story building. The final story appears to be an extended attic, and it is built like it is, I guess you would say, a mansion, but it has almost a palace-like aesthetic to it. It is a bit garish. Definitely stands out against the surrounding neighborhood. There are windows. They all are heavily barred. At least from what you can see here in the front.
Okay.
Intentionally, it seems, you haven't been given the opportunity to make much of an assessment of the full grounds. Part of the entry includes figuring out what you deem to be the best means to enter.
Okay.
It's such an opulent building. Do you reside on the premises normally, or?
I do indeed.
It's fabulous.
Thank you kindly.
How many bedrooms does it have?
I guess you'll have to find out.
Well, is there an entrance we should avoid that is your personal quarters?
I doubt you'll be able to find your way in, so I think you'll be all right. I would recommend perhaps not taking the front door. It's a bit obvious, a bit garish, and my guards are right here. But I'm sure you can find other unique ways. Being very well-trained burglars, being chosen for this endeavor, is that right? You see, Hutchin kind of gives like a little bit of a bow and says,
We are indeed quite practiced, and I think this is all a very fine show of upfront sportsmanship. And I, speaking on the behalf of my team, the verdict, I'm quite excited to see what you're capable of.
So much.
Wait, so if we did go in the front door, the guards would not let us in?
Yes, guards do not let you in the front door. So if you wanted to go through the front door, then you'd have to find a way past the guards. That's part of the challenge.
A ticket for the museum.
The museum's closed. The tickets aren't taken right now.
Oh, because it's midnight.
Yes.
You.
I understand.
Sorry, good question, good clarification.
Yeah,
I'm just
no, just wanted to double check.
On a normal night, do you do like a midnight flashlight tour kind of thing so that we can
As
be...
you're talking, can I just take a look at the weaponry of some of our opponents? Like,
make a perception check.
Perception check. Guidance. 21. It's already 21. 23.
23. Hutchin, you see, you can't see everything beneath the cloak, but you do see what looks to be either a rapier or longsword sheath on one hip, and you see what looks to be a dagger hidden in the left boot. And you rolled pretty high, actually. You do also see what looks to be a small, like dangling case of crossbow bolts in the left hip. On the hairless Qatari you look at, you see what looks to be two short swords sheathed on each side.
Short swords, so he can practice
human
to...
who is not wearing any armor.
There's a human and a goblin, or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even have it.
Yeah. There is a human. She has a massive warhammer slung over her back.
No armor.
Oh yeah.
Bored. The goblin, you see, has actively a light crossbow, kind of just like tucked under one arm under the cloak. Like at one point it did peek through and you caught sight of it, and they're just kind of keeping it hidden.
Okay.
And the Firbolg looks to have nothing. No weaponry.
That's the problem.
But also the goblin,
Art
with
curator.
just the light crossbow might be some sort of a
That sounds like a
mage.
problem too.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Any other questions? I'm an open book.
Are you seeing anyone?
Immediately blushes like, oh, I'm not one to be tied down.
What is the focus?
Oh, no, go on.
The focus of your museum is fill in the blank.
Well, now that you ask, I have spent the majority of my paths traveling all across the seas of Exandria, past the undying mists that enshrouded the shattered teeth. I spent most of my youth with the Wanderman Assembly, where I began my fortune, and after that spent 7 years studying under Prefect Thoshai in Vasselheim, where we became great friends, and I was privy to many secrets of the city's history.
Oh, it's low. Low. 9.
Hard to tell. Seems very forthright in the intent. I was also a close personal friend of the late sovereign Uriel Taldori III, and the last sovereign of Grossar, and was present on the assault of the capital that took the sovereign's life. It was a desperately terrible event. But I have traveled the world. I
you mean
have met
you were there when
and
the comment?
befriended many individuals.
Which one?
I have
Wait,
procured
which
all
sovereign
manner of
was that?
relics and
I
artifacts
think
and
he's
historical
was
objects
it-
of great significance and import, and I keep them all somewhere in here for the public's viewing, and tonight to be interesting for you to see and dangerous for you to surpass. I'm excited to see what you can do.
And to the members of the verdict, may you have a fair fight. And if I invite any of you who wants to say a prayer for all of us to go ahead and do so now, before we embark.
Hutchin kind of steps forward, hand on what looks like some sort of a sword, kind of resting there.
Oh, that is very kind of you. Not really much the praying sort ourselves.
Cool. Good.
Checking to see if that's
Yeah.
But indeed, good luck to you as well.
Are we really standing?
Yes, stand over there, and you stand over there.
What would you suggest be the best place that we sneak in at?
Who are you asking? You're asking
Yvonne.
Yvonne?
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's not. You figure it out.
I've got my detect thoughts up though. Hoping it just like pops up in his head.
Okay.
Like a wet elephant.
I will say for the surface thoughts, there is something there, but it is currently blocked with a sea of frustration and tangled organization. You get the sense that they had an idea of how this is going to work, like in a grandiose way up in their head,
You're
and it's
doing
not
great.
quite getting
This is
there.
a
and it's
really,
like,
really impressive.
it's fine. Get in your spots. You can look deeper if you want.
Have you ever worn the earring before?
I have, actually.
You have? Like
Yes.
to parties and things like that?
Well, a couple of times.
How fun.
Is it enchanted?
Maybe. You'll have to find out.
And where do you keep it?
Shut up.
You are incorrigible. Get to your place!
Okay.
Okay.
Gotta stand on the corner, I guess.
Stand on the corner.
Are we all standing in
Are our
different
starting
spots?
spots within visual distance of each other, the verdict and Fell's Hill?
Yes, they are. They're just out on the street, like maybe 100 feet from each other,
Great.
outside of the gate.
You guys ready to play paintball?
Which side should we go to?
Oh my god.
Left side, right side, front door.
I'm always a fan of left.
Just useful.
We head to the left.
I'm always a fan of left.
All right, we go to the left.
Wizard
I'm
shit.
the exact opposite.
We followed them.
Not useful. Just
Maybe we just see where they go. We can just lead the way. No, that's probably a bad idea. I'm not gonna
That'll put them in front of us no matter what, though.
It's an awkward pause as you all kind of stand there looking at each other across the way.
Shoot at them as we run in? Anything? When they say go, just blast.
They'll just blast!
I mean,
We'll
come on.
see what they do.
Why not?
Yeah, let's let it happen.
How about table time?
how far away are the two groups?
Go! And that's where we're going to end the episode tonight.
I knew that. Knew it. I knew that's how they was gonna end it.
We're gonna pick it up next time for this fucking chaos.
You guys, we're gonna sleep.
Frozen and suspended in time like that. How far apart are the two groups though?
Like 100
There's two
feet.
100 feet from each other. 100 feet. Okay.
It's like you're out on the street facing it, 100 feet from each other, kind of catty corner to the outside perimeter wall. So there's like a little alley between the wall and the next building.
Why?
And we'll just see where you guys go from there.
Guys, is this the Double Dare Toys R Us run?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Toys R Us run
I wanted
I've
to do
always
that
dreamed
so
of.
bad.
Our whole generation.
Sam Riegel as a child for a day.
You fucking asshole.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, FAO Schwartz.
Sure. I'm Sam Riegel.
I went to a birthday party at FAO Schwartz as a child, and we could play with any toy in the place. Sure. Yeah. Didn't everybody do that?
FAO Schwartz was the best.
It was a friend of mine who was a celebrity, and it was closed, and it was just us, and we could play with any toy at FAO Schwartz. This is a normal thing that all children did.
You gotta be Tom Hanks and big.
I had to rake my front yard for a month when I was 8 so I could afford to earn the money for my Gremlins 2 NES game.
I earned my invitation to that party.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We're going to pick up on this chaos next week. We love you very much, and is it Thursday yet?
Woo!
Good night.
Thank you for. Well, that's that. Next off, the game is afoot. If you watched the first part, you know I'm still developing my. I'm taking suggestions for my Ranger subclass, the Dreamscaper. Please comment that or your thoughts of if you would like such a Ranger subclass. That I do thank you for joining me. This is Fina Rina Mencha, half elven YouTuber, and I wish thee good fortune on the quest of life.